Deion Sanders makes announcement on his divorce with ex-wife Pilar, as Colorado locker room left in splits. Team meetings at Colorado aren't your typical monotone coach speeches, not when Deion Sanders has the floor. 1 minute, he's got the room laughing. The next, he's delivering a reality check you can't ignore. In a recent team talk, Sanders zinged the players in his unique fashion. He was watching a video with a song playing in the background and suddenly turned to the team, asking how many people know the lyrics. Now, these honest fellas couldn't do anything except raise their hands. That's when they fell into Coach Prime's trap. Deion continued, "How you going to know your playbook? How you know the lyrics that you don't know your playbook? Anything you do, repetition. So when we have problems with a playbook, that means you ain't really studying, but you know a song the night it come out." Sanders' knack for motivational coaching is built on these kinds of analogies. He's consistently preached that success comes from repetition and focus, not just talent. But this time, in the Colorado team auditorium, Sanders took things further and hilariously personal. Turning to his coaches and players, Sanders launched a classic feel-good drill. As documented by the well-off media, he asked the room, "Somebody give me something special that happened to you this week." It could be anybody on the wall. Could be anybody anywhere. "Something special that happened to you this week?" The room paused until offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur piped up, "Sunday was my 35th wedding anniversary." Sanders, not one to let a sentimental moment pass, cracked back, "Wow. I think Monday was my celebration of my second divorce." The room absolutely erupted. Who else but Deion could drop a punchline about divorce and have a whole Division I locker room in splits? For context, Sanders' split from Pilar Biggers was one of the most public in sports, running the gauntlet of custody battles, fights, and tabloid madness. There were accusations, years of legal battles, and very little closure. Rumors and drama followed, with both sides swapping allegations. Sanders was eventually awarded full custody of the children, before Pilar was granted primary custody of the youngest, too. The feud even spilled onto the sidelines, notably during their son's game, where Deion and Pilar managed to avoid each other altogether. Yet, in true Sanders fashion, he's turned even personal pain into a punchline. Love him or hate him, Deion. Sanders never leaves you bored, on the field or in life. His locker room wisdom may come wrapped in a joke about rap lyrics or a quip about divorce, but that's exactly why Colorado is thriving. Because sometimes what you need is not your regular football coach. You need someone who has seen everything from messy relationships to life-threatening diseases and still manages to find laughter in every instance. After all, it's prime time in Boulder, and nobody does it quite like Deion. From playbook jabs to NFL paid-as coach Prime's lessons clearly last beyond the Boulder playbook. Just months after Deion Sanders was roasting his 2024 Colorado roster, his first wave of Buffalo's draftees are showing out on NFL turf. Shedder Sanders looked poised and clinical in Carolina, tossing 2 touchdowns in his preseason debut, while Travis Hunter and Shiloh Sanders made their own presence felt. But perhaps the biggest headline grabber was a once underrated target from those CU locker rooms. Baltimore Ravens' 6th-round pick, LeJounte Wester, who turned his first NFL taste into a roster lock, reflecting on his Buffs chapter. He told Karita Parks, "Man, it was a blessing coming to play with Coach Prime. Just having a head coach with that type of swag, that type of player mentality, like they're gonna have to come in here and beat us. He didn't change for nobody. Just his position changed. He pushed me day in and day out. He tested me as a man, as a player, everything. So it was great playing with him. That's my dog." That energy showed up in Baltimore's preseason opener against the Colts. Already dangerous on a 17-yard punt return, Wester detonated the game's biggest play. An 83-yard punt return touchdown that had M&T Bank Stadium roaring. Add in 104 return yards, a pair of catches for 41 yards, and a statement-worthy 30-yard reception, and the rookie wideout had defensive coordinators taking notes. Even with a crowded Ravens receiver room featuring DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers, and Rashad Bateman, Wester's multi-phase value could be his ticket onto the final roster. His acceleration, open field vision, and no wasted steps punt return mirrored the same spatial awareness he flashed at Colorado. From ribbing players over rap lyrics to celebrating his second divorce, Deion Sanders still has that unfiltered connection with his guys, and clearly, it's helping them carry the swagger into the biggest stage of their careers.